In week 10, this is the big one. It's about empathy, right? Really, where we're finally talking about empathy. And the reason we can finally start talking about empathy is because we are now able to talk about feelings and needs, right? We're starting to develop that ability to see those things, to like kind of go, yeah, okay, I get that. Wow, that was my need. That was my need for autonomy there. I caught that there. Wow. Okay. Or that was my 2-year-old's need for autonomy. I get that one too. And so we start seeing, right, this parallel universe, and now we could start talking about it. And that's the other part, right? It's cool that we not only do we see it, we articulate it. So there's kind of a intellectual process, and more importantly, a communication process that we can get into because we have words, not just experienced. And so, this is the point where we're going to try, right, to relate in this world, in this parallel universe of feelings and needs. And so you could just say, like, empathy is that. Empathy is us moving into that world of feelings and needs. And so, how is it that we actually learn empathy? Like, why don't we just turn switch and go, oh yeah, feelings, needs, got it, where's the list, here we go. Why is it that it's so hard for us? Because we've never actually drawn a line between the experience of having needs and the actions of our lives and the actions of other people's lives. Remember, let's go all the way back to week 1, where we say everything we do to meet a need. Can you see the world that way? Can you see that? Can you see anything that somebody's doing as some way of meeting a need? And so that's the connection. That's the connection that we've likely never had before. And so to create that connection now is, like I said, it's as challenging as it's ever going to be, because it's only going to get better, and here's why. You are a walking empathy machine. It's just that you don't have the data in you yet. And this was one of the hardest parts for me in this practice, because it was so frustrating and it took me such a long time. But I kept doing it anyway, and it was the fact that I kept doing it anyway that ended up making the difference. And why did that make a difference? Because, like I said, we are empathy machines. We don't have the data. So what do I mean by that? I mean, when you start connecting with people, when you start hearing people tell you about their lives, and then you start to see the feelings and needs that they experience in that process of having a life, that goes in the database, right? So you have a 10-minute session, there's 10 minutes of that in the database. And then we're going to do it again. And then we're going to talk about something completely else, and we're going to talk about the needs about that. And what's going to happen is we're going to start drawing these lines from life to these words and these energies that now we're starting to have a relationship with. Now we're starting to see them. Now we're starting to be able to make decisions even based on our understanding of them. We're able to connect with people, talk to them, hear them in ways that we couldn't without this.